Welcome to this Vue Breadcrumb tutorial. Using the Syncfusion Vue Breadcrumb component, you can display a navigation header that identifies the user's current location within the hierarchical structure of a website. In this video, I will show you how to add the Vue Breadcrumb component to a Vue app. I will explain how to add items, set relative and absolute URLs, and customize the item separator. Additionally, I will explain how to enable navigation to the last item and set overflow modes. I will start the Vue application creation process using the Vue v command. Make sure you have installed the latest versions of Vue and Node.js. I'll use Visual Studio Code as my editor and show the output in the Chrome browser. To create a project in Vue, open Visual Studio Code and type the npm create v-latest command. I name the app my Vue app. Next, choose Vue as the framework and JavaScript as the variant. A Vue project is created. I navigate to the newly created Vue app and install the required dependencies by using the npm install command. The application is configured with the default settings of a Vue project. To use the breadcrumb component, I type the command npm install at Syncfusion /ej2 Vue navigations -- save to install the package and its dependencies. Next, I must register the trial license key to use Syncfusion components. I open the main.js file and import the register license method from the Syncfusion ej2 base package. Using this method, I register the trial license key. For instructions on how to generate a trial key, refer to the link in this video's description. To add the breadcrumb component, I open the app Vue file and remove the default code. Then I import breadcrumb component from the Syncfusion ej2 Vue navigations package. To access the CSS styles of the breadcrumb component, I import the material theme CSS references. Then I add the EJS breadcrumb tag inside the template section. I save the changes and run the application by using the npm run dev command. Here you can see the breadcrumb component rendered with the home icon. Next, I will show you how to add items to the component. To do that, let me add the breadcrumb items tag, which accepts n number of breadcrumb item tags. I plan to add 5 items, so I add 5 breadcrumb item tags, each with appropriate text. Then I define the URL property with the appropriate path for these items. Here, I have set relative URLs for the breadcrumb items. To use these breadcrumb items and breadcrumb item tags, I need to import the items directive and item directive modules from the ej2 Vue navigations package. Look here, the defined items of the breadcrumb component are shown. You can see the component contains the path but not the location. Next, let's see how absolute URLs work in the component. I set the absolute URL links to the URL property. Breadcrumb items with absolute URLs contain the path and location of the resource. See now, clicking the items navigates to the location path. Also, the URL link opens in the same page. If I want the link to open in a new page, then I have to use the before item render event. To do that, I add the before item render event with the appropriate event handler. Then I define the method before item render handler. Within this, to check whether the elements have children, and then set the target property to blank. Now, on clicking the breadcrumb item, the defined URL opens in a new page. By default, the last item navigation is turned off. If I want to enable it, then I have to set the Enable Active Item Navigation property to true. See, when I click the last item, it navigates to the location path. Notice here that all the items are shown in the breadcrumb component. To limit the items, you can use max items and overflow mode properties. First, I will set the max items property to 3. You can see in the component that 3 items are shown, and the other items are collapsed. Also, the hidden items are shown when I click the ellipsis. Next, I will show you how to set the overflow mode. The Syncfusion Vue Breadcrumb component supports 6 overflow modes: collapsed, menu, wrap, scroll, hidden, and none. Here, I set the overflow mode property to collapsed. See, the first and last items are shown, and the remaining items are hidden. Next, I will show you how to customize the separator as an arrow icon. I define the variable separator template and set the span element with the classes icons and the arrow. Then I assign this variable to the separator template property of the breadcrumb component. In the style tag, I define the font face with the specific source path and set the appropriate content for the arrow icon. Also, I set a few CSS styles for this breadcrumb component's item separator. Now you can see the arrow icon is inserted between the breadcrumb component items. By default, navigation will be enabled when the URL property is set for breadcrumb items. If I want to prevent navigation, I set the Enable Navigation property to false. See here, the item navigation is disabled. Let's wrap up this video. We saw how to add the Syncfusion Vue Breadcrumb component to a Vue application and explored how to add items, set relative and absolute URLs, and customize the item separator. We also saw how to enable navigation to the last item and set overflow modes. If you want to try out the example used in this video, you can download it from the GitHub link in this video's description. I have also shared a link in the description where you can learn about obtaining a free license key to use our Vue components through our community license if you are eligible. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel.